Hi everybody. I found this old artwork book from when I was a lot younger. I'll show you some pictures. It's a picture of my younger sister's feet when she was just little. I was very proud of it. I do find that I was just learning how to do shading. I thought I did a pretty good job. This big toe right up here is pretty big. So I was about 13 when I did this. I had more, but this is one of the last ones from school I have. My uncle from British Columbia is a well-known photographer for wildlife. So I have some pictures printed off from years ago. It's a cute little duck. This one's beautiful. Bald eagle. You can tell just by the way it's sitting on top of this tree that it's massive. I love owls. This is one of my favorites. I actually sketched it out and sent it to him. I'd never even met him at the time, so he liked it. It's beautiful. Looks like a barn owl. This one here is a deer. Just chilling. There's another one, a male. Pretty young, his antlers are pretty small. I don't remember what kind of ducks these are, but they're one of my favorites. It's just, I can't remember. Gorgeous picture though. I have two. I haven't looked at this book in almost 10 years. That's all I have left of my art. Some more. Another eagle. It's gorgeous. I used to take a lot of pictures. These are the only ones I have now. They're not even that great. But there was a stairway here by my old apartment years and years ago. I was obsessed with it. I thought it was so creepy. I loved it. Just a tree hanging over the water. I remember the day I took these too. I loved to take pictures of stuff with the shadows showing. This is my old cat Floyd. I named him after Pink Floyd. I didn't have him for long. Well, I ended up actually moving out of that place, so I had to leave him behind. He was my baby. I don't have many memories of him. It was only a couple months. He was a sweetie, though. I have no nails on my thumbs. They broke off, so just don't mind that. Some carnations. Actually, I did some of these drawings as part of my portfolio. I was going to go into Bachelor of Fine Arts, but I changed my mind. This is when I gave up drawing people because I find they all look like monkeys. This is supposed to be my baby sister. It's copied from a real photograph. So it's not finished. And this is supposed to be a picture of her when she was a baby. She had black hair and big She had big blue eyes. I don't know why. I did them really dark and really big. The irises. She's going to be 9. And that was her favorite doll. Now this one was from a pretty depressed face I had. So just a bunch of paint in the middle. So you got love and hate, passion, disgust, sex, violence, desire, repulsion, want, need, dream, nightmare, love, and hate. There's lots of opposites. This one I love. I love doing this. I would just splatter a bunch of paint on the paper in the black, and then I would just draw around it. This little face right here, all in paint, is pretty cool. I actually really like this one. I forgot I still had it. I find if you're ever having a hard time drawing, just throw some paint, just splatter it all over the page. Here's my favorite picture I've ever drawn. Pink Floyd The Wall. I love Pink Floyd. I hardly ever listen to them, but they are epic to me, and I love the message they send. It's a lot of political stuff too. 2004, so quite a while ago. That's one of my favorites. So I'm glad I got it laminated. Here's a little book. I had some stuff in that I'd ripped the pages out when I was a teenager. This little bunny here is called Happy Bunny. I don't know if you guys have seen him, but he's so cute. I'm a brat and that's funny. Crazy doesn't begin to cover it. I don't care. Oh. Little butt. I used to collect those stickers. Just gonna draw a little picture. I love doing things with swirls. I don't draw as much as I should. It's all I used to do. It was the only thing that would quiet my mind. M and R. I find that I actually used to draw a lot more when I was depressed. Now that I've grown up a little more and I have a little bit of a better time being aware of how I'm feeling, I feel like I don't know what to draw anymore. I used to draw a lot of dead trees and stuff like that, so I'll just have to get on that try. This was a little bit of a draw in my life, just a couple little questions here. I was born in 1984. I loved the 80s. I knew it looked wrong. Whatever. I am my own grammar Nazi. And I am an Aquarius. And I feel that your sign has a lot to do with certain aspects of your personality. I just believe that kind of stuff. And there's my sign. So we're gonna go over where I was born and where I've lived. So I was born in British Columbia. I'll go over a little more of this in another video I have coming up. Lots of mountains. I was actually born more in the interior, southern interior, so the mountains weren't as big, but I loved them. My favorite place to be is on the highway. I feel the most in tune with nature when I'm in the mountains. And BC is in Western Canada, if you weren't sure. So, I am doing a picture of my life video after this, so we'll get more into it. So, I have 2 sisters. The middle sister is, I don't talk to her anymore, and we'll get to that later. She's 20 years old. And my baby sister. She's got long hair. What happens when you never draw anymore? So my baby sister is going to be 9 years old in 5 days, actually. And me and my bigger sister, we don't talk anymore, so we used to be really, really close, but I just can't do it anymore. And here's me, my awesome frizzy hair. Oh, stick people. And I'm 29 years old. I can't believe I'm going to be 30 next year. It just blows my mind. Just going to show you where the provinces are that I've lived, and most of my life has consisted of moving. And actually this last move that I did was one of the best moves and one of the closest. I'm only 5 minutes away from my old place. So, this is where I was born. And here's me I was a chubby baby. I lived on a farm, actually. And then we moved to Calgary when we first moved to Alberta. I don't remember, I was only a baby. I was 2 years old or something. So I lived in Alberta for 21 years. On and off. I moved to BC twice and moved back to Alberta twice when I was a teenager. Then I moved to Manitoba, where I found my ex-fiance. I only lived there for 2 months and only knew him for 2 weeks before I decided to move to Ontario with him. And I was there for about 4 years. And I owned a house. I loved that house. And I had my husky puppy. His name was Jack. He was my baby, and I miss him. But I guess after I left, he turned on everybody, and they had to give him up for adoption. So I don't know where he is. So I moved to New Brunswick after breaking up with my fiance. And I was only there for about 5 months before moving back to Alberta. This is where I started talking to my high school sweetheart again after all that was gone. I was going to write his name, but I was like, wait a minute. So we pretty much spent every day on the phone for 3 months. It was so hard because I had already loved him before. I never fell out of love with him, so talking to him again was just, it was so hard to wait. So he was going to move to New Brunswick eventually. But I said, you know what? I'll come back home. It's where I belong. I have lots of memories here. I've moved a lot more than that, house to house to house, but it's a whole different story, and it's a boring story too, so. The next part of my story is going to be about borderline personality disorder, but that will come at a later date. Thank you very much for watching.